Jurassic World Rebirth has been out for a month basically now at this point. So I posted a tweet asking for your hot takes about the new movie. I'm really excited to get into this video and hear your thoughts. So let's get into it. Now, I know I normally get into these videos, diving into your hot takes, but I'm going to give you my own hot take because I've seen no one else talk about this and I just want to start the video off like this. So, as we know, Universal, family-friendly franchise, you know what I mean? Especially with the Jurassic IP. They don't like collaborating Fortnite because it has guns in the game. And, guns are frowned upon, especially in a cartoon game, you know what I mean? It has guns. Dead by Daylight. No, it's too horror, it's too violent, and we don't like that for our IP or our franchise in games and things like that. So that's why we stay with Roblox, Stumble Guys, Park Builders. We're family friendly. We're all about the kids and marketing towards kids. But in Jurassic World Rebirth, alcohol consumption, gambling, and drug references and use, because Xavier was like, oh, I got a bag of weed on me. Do you smoke? To a 7-year-old. That's okay. That's all fine. You know what I mean? That's okay to the franchise. But no guns in the video games, guys. Nah. That's where I draw the line. But marijuana is illegal in UK and in Australia. I don't want to sound like a Karen or anything like that, and I'm sorry, but if I am, I just want, it's either all okay for the franchise or none of it's okay. So why is that okay? Gambling, alcohol consumption, and weed marketing towards kids. Why is that okay? But doing a Fortnite collab isn't. That's all I'm gonna say, and that's why I'll leave it at that. Let's get into your hot takes now, and first one is from Junior, and they say best T-Rex in the entire franchise, and this man's just speaking straight facts. I ain't gonna lie. I will say though, to just wind up the T-Rex fans, because it's funny, I don't know how you guys can say a T-Rex can beat a Spinosaurus when the T-Rex in Jurassic World Rebirth couldn't even pop a raft. But that's just me. Paleo Pizza, they say the Dimetrodon scene in Dominion was more scarier than the whole of Rebirth. Ooh, that is a hot take in a bit. Holy, I know he said this in my stream the other day, so I made him to say it save it for this hot takes video, because he's speaking facts. Like I don't know, especially the marketing for Rebirth and everything that we're getting from the end of last year to the lead up to Rebirth. Even that influencer girl that was spreading misinformation saying Jurassic World Rebirth is rated R. Anyways, she got information from a makeup artist that worked on the movie, and they were saying that it's brutally violent, gory, everything like that, so super scary. And I didn't really get that. I didn't get jump scared in Jurassic World Rebirth, funnily enough. And I'm a scaredy little bitch, you know what I mean? I don't like horror movies. I don't like getting scared. Dominion, this Dimetrodon scene, it did jump scare me. Fallen Kingdom, I got jump scared with the Indoraptor a few times, and then Jurassic World, where they're in the visitor center and the Indominus Rex crashes through the garage. That got me as well. But yeah, I kind of agree with this. I didn't really get any of that. I don't know. Everything that we saw in Dominion, in Rebirth, we've already seen. I didn't get the brutally violent part. Yeah, Krebs's hand got bitten off, but Ray Arnold's hand got bitten off by the raptors and it lands on Ellie's chest. To me, that was more brutally violent in my opinion, and this is nothing that we haven't seen before. Next one is from Dangerville. Rebirth is a great return from for the series and feels like the first true Jurassic Park film since 2001. The previous World films, while I do love them, feel like Disney films by comparison. This film is a love letter to a classic cinema, and I love it. And yeah, look, I know I started off the video probably negative towards Rebirth, and if you watch my last video with where I rank Rebirth, I talk more about what I like about the movie and where I rank it, so be sure to watch that. But yeah, I fully agree with this. This is the first movie since 2001 that felt like Jurassic Park, and that's why I liked it. It went back to an island, you know what I mean? It didn't have them Disney, their Marvel ending fight scenes and things like that. It just felt like a true Jurassic film, and it feels like Jurassic Park 4. I could watch the first 3 and then this one and I'll be like, okay, cool. But yeah, when you look at it and analyze it from a lore perspective, they f***ed the bed. But as a film, if you don't look at that, I think they did a really good job, and I really do like it. I'm still umming and ahhing if I put it above Jurassic World, but it definitely beats Fallen Kingdom and Dominion for me. I'm still umming and ahhing about it. So yeah. Next one is from Riddler Man. The film is awesome, but Quep sucks. He should be kept 500 feet away from the writer's room of the next film. Some of the lore decision on this film and weird inconsistencies baffle me. The basic plot is good. 3 largest dinosaurs is great. Those scenes were a standout. 8.5 out of 10, I guess. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And look, I'm gonna say my apologies now. I know I was saying to everyone, I'm high on Quepium, Queppy, all that stuff. But yeah, especially the article that he released the week after the movie came out, and he was like, yeah, I don't know how to do dinosaurs on the mainland. I want Gareth Edwards back, but yeah, I don't think I want Quep back. I think his time is done now, and I think I was okay with giving him this chance. But at the end of the day, like, do you really blame Quep? I don't know, because from what we've been seeing at the moment, it seems like Universal were the ones that really wanted to, like, that made the big judgment calls. So I don't blame Quep at all, and I wouldn't like. And by the way, this is just like to other creators. I don't know if anyone's watching this video, but I saw a lot of people like, it's okay to criticize the movie and the writing and stuff like that, but when you're individualizing going on like the writers and stuff like that, that's where you kind of like, what he's doing and stuff like that, especially when people want to work with Jurassic. Like, I get a lot of messages from people, oh, how do you work with Universal? How do you do this? How do you do that? I'm just not an idiot, and like, yeah, I criticize and stuff like that, but I don't individually attack people. So yeah, don't do that. But yeah, I don't think this is that, by the way. I was just saying a warning, so don't worry, Riddler man, I'm not going at you. But yeah, I completely agree with you that, you know, Quep shouldn't be back on. But at the end of the day, like, I really don't blame him, because I more blame Universal, because, you know, Duncan was supposed to die and Universal said no. And I think I saw something as well that Quep more wanted to be about like Jurassic Park and stuff like that. And, you know, from the stuff that we've been getting, like, you know, all the concept art of Biosyn and, you know, how it's like Site C and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I don't fully blame him. Obviously, I don't know. He could be a puppet for the backlash. I don't know. But yeah, I don't fully blame him, but I can see what you mean. Next one is from Shockwave, and I really enjoyed Rebirth, but Dolores showing up at the end despite being shooed away at the river felt weird. Was that even the same Equilops? Still a fun movie though. Hope Gareth returns. Yeah, I want Gareth to return as well. And I forget what event it was, but Gareth Edwards was talking, and a few of the Jurassic Outpost members were there, and I could be getting this quote wrong. He said, I think Gareth Edwards said it would like it would be funny if like the Equilops was like 4 different ones, and it's not originally the same one. So yeah, I'm probably butchering that quote, but I think it's different Equilopses that you see throughout the film, and it's not actually the same one. So the last one that gets on the boat is a totally random one. So yeah, that was pretty funny. I probably butchered that quote, but it's somewhere out there. Go look for it. Mr. Raptor, hot take: not having a Marvel boss battle at the end was good for a change. I like for once that the villain didn't die just like the glorious Spino. I also think it would have been cool if the whole cast died like in Rogue One for a change. And look, I think that's what I think that's what Gareth Edwards was going for. I think he wanted to, like, even the lead up to the movie, everyone was like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of deaths in it and stuff like that, but there wasn't really, you know what I mean? Yes, there was people that died, but like, it was very obvious. It would have been, I think Duncan should have died. I think he still warranted his death. And, you know, I'm scared that Universal are going to do their, you know, what they always do with the iconic Jurassic franchise. They introduce interesting characters and then never use them again. And I really don't want that to be Duncan's case, because I feel like they should just kill him off. If they're not going to, like, I know he's a massive, Mahershala Ali's a massive actor, but if they're just trying to force the name to be in the next sequel, I think that's the wrong decision in my opinion. But yeah, I do like that it wasn't like a Marvel boss fight. That's the main criticism I've been seeing, and you can just tell that they're just new gen. They're like, oh, I wanted to see I wanted to see Rexy, I wanted to see Blue. They're dead. Anyways, shock. The fandom has pulled a blind eye to Rebirth with its flaws in comparison to Dominion. I feel story-wise, the film is more flawed than Dominion with retcons, and the film not following up with the last film's setup and rather ruins it. This movie is only carried by Gareth's directing. And yeah, I wouldn't say that the community or the fandom have turned a blind eye. I think a lot of people have called out the flaws in this movie, and I commend the community for doing that, because, you know, this movie is not perfect by all means, at all. Like, lore-wise, I think people are just throwing the word retcon like willy-nilly. I understand the start of the movie with like the dates and stuff, retcon, but I think for the rest of the movie, I don't think it's a retcon. I think they just play it safe and don't expand on anything, because they play in that silver line, the gray area, you know what I mean? They don't address anything, and they're just like, oh, we're in this gray area, and if we don't touch on that, or we don't like elaborate on that, we're in this gray area where it's safe, and it's up to the audience's interpretation. That's bad, because they've backed themselves into a corner now. What they've done with the whole dinosaur thing, yeah, they've backed themselves into a corner, and it's really difficult for me to see how they make a good trilogy. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, it's just weird. I completely get it, but yeah, I think people are just throwing it to the term retcon just too loosely, in my opinion. I think they played it safe. Dominion had a lot of flaws though. I will say that this movie's yeah, lore-wise, maybe Dominion's better. Not really. No, I can't say that, because why they make Alan Grant like not knowing anything about raptors and like that. And they just completely fumbled the bag with him. Anyways, next one. Vermithor. Jurassic Park 3 is still a better movie and more fun than Rebirth. Now let's jump into some Instagram hot takes, because we do that as well, so be sure to drop a follow. Didn't dive as deep into the lore as expected / teased in the trailer. I mean, yeah, that first trailer, I mean, most of it's not in the actual movie, you know what I mean? Especially when Zora's like, this is the original facility of Jurassic Park. Yeah, that now that's like a blurry line between Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. They don't really fully address it. It's, yeah, it is messy from a lore perspective, as we mentioned. But yeah, I do agree with this. Honestly, I admire Quep and / Edwards for having the balls to kill off the raptors. Yeah, I guess like you can commend them for having the balls to do that. Look, I really don't like it. Like, when I say this, believe me, I'm just as angry and frustrated as I am with you guys. But what I like to do is make you see the full picture, because, you know, most people on the internet, they just have the rose tinted glasses on, or they just get annoyed at something and they just turn into hateful little trolls. So what I try to do is make you see the whole picture. Jurassic World. And this movie, look, I kind of do see, like, they try to get away from Jurassic World as much as possible. I don't know why, but they really tried to, like, yeah, that's shoehorned away. Get away from me, get away from me. The big thing about Jurassic World and its trilogy was that the raptors were just more like a buddy cop, you know what I mean? It was Blue and Owen, the buddy cop, good cop, bad cop, you know what I mean? Let's go save the day again, haha. So I think they tried to kill off that, and while I do get it, it's still a bit weird, man. Like, why do these, like, even the raptors being used a lot for the marketing? And yeah, like, it was the good raptors, you know, it was the best raptor designs. Like, it was the freaking Jurassic Park 3 raptors. Like, why kill them off? Like, I don't know. I just feel like they need more fans working in Universal. But yeah, it's good, but it's flawed to the brim. And yeah, I think that's the one thing that we can all agree. Well, yeah, like I said, guys, it's okay to criticize. Like, I like Rebirth. I honestly think it's like my Jurassic Park 4. I like the film, but you can still say, yeah, no, lore-wise, it's a freaking mess. They really need to do a lot of, like, they need to fix a lot, and they definitely need, like, they've messed up a big time. It was fun enough to watch 3 times. Best in Hoyt's D-Box. Keep churning them out, I say. Look, look, I'm a massive fan. I love how much I love this community. You know, I've grown a lot from this community as well. As much as I, like, you know, from a content creator base, yes, churn out more movies, but as a fan and someone that loves it, I don't know, I really want them to take their time and do something right and not rush it. Yeah, I want them to take a good break and, like, really reassess where they're going with this franchise, because it's a bit of a yikes at the moment. Killing the dinosaurs on the mainland killed the future of the series, and yeah, like, this is the biggest problem, like, especially with how fast it was, like, because what people are saying Rebirth is still based in 2027. I don't know, like, it's just confusing, especially with the start titles and stuff like that, because this is 32 years after Jurassic Park, which would be, yeah, 2025. It's just yeah, I don't know. You can watch other creators that more dive into the lore and stuff like that. I'm also, like, running on like 4 hours sleep because I played a Marvel Rivals tournament, and I was up at 5 a.m. for In General podcast, so I'm probably missing things out, so forgive me, but it's just weird how, like, we've never really gotten dinosaurs on the mainland properly in live action. I'm so glad the Nasutoceratops, Sinoceratops, and the Jurassic World Pteranodons weren't in the film. Well, you're just dumb. Why? They're freaking sick. I mean, maybe not the Pteranodons, but like a Sinoceratops and a Pseudoceratops, they're freaking sick. I would have loved to see more herbivores in this. This is a dumb take. Anyways, leave your takes and thoughts below in the comments. Be sure to join the Discord, by the way, the Cretaceous Gang. We have a full Jurassic section in there. And yeah, if you want to make new friends and, you know, just be yourself and be, you know, comfortable with being yourself, then, you know, the Discord community is the right place for you. Be sure to join. Link in the description. Much love, and I'll see you guys in the next video.